Wait, look. Right above it. Holy crap. What in the heck is that?
The hunt for Bigfoot has long been one of the most captivating mysteries in modern folklore. With countless reports of strange sightings, unusual tracks, and unexplained sounds in the deep forests of North America, the question of whether this elusive creature exists has kept researchers, enthusiasts, and skeptics alike on edge. For decades, Bigfoot has remained just out of reach, always one step ahead, hiding in the shadows of dense forests and impenetrable mountains. But in the quest to uncover the truth, a breakthrough has finally occurred. In a remote corner of the southeastern United States, a dedicated team of researchers armed with cutting-edge thermal technology has set off on a mission to capture something extraordinary. Their objective is clear: uncover the truth behind the creature known as Bigfoot. Equipped with thermal cameras, which can detect even the faintest heat signatures in the dense foliage, the team ventures into the wilderness, scanning the forest for any sign of movement, any hint of the creature they've been tracking for years. The perfect spot, high ground, and hidden trails. The journey into the wilderness begins in a seemingly unremarkable spot. To the untrained eye, it might appear like any other piece of the vast landscape, but for those who understand the language of the forest, it is the perfect vantage point. The team has chosen high ground.
Man, this is perfect.
A strategic location that offers a sweeping view of the surrounding area. From this position, they can see everything while remaining concealed from whatever might be lurking in the dense undergrowth below. This high ground isn't just a random choice. It's a position that any creature, be it predator or prey, would instinctively seek. The team's researcher understands the importance of such a location. The trees and dense brush below create a natural cover, but this elevated spot gives them a perspective that few creatures can afford to miss. It's the kind of place where a creature like Bigfoot would likely position itself to remain unseen while keeping watch over its surroundings. As they scan the area, the landscape reveals more than just a view. It uncovers hidden pathways that animals use to navigate the forest. There's a particular trail that catches the researcher's eye. It's not a well-maintained path or a route that's been recently traveled by humans. The growth along the trail speaks volumes. You can tell it's a place that has been undisturbed for a long time, allowing nature to take over and weave its way through the forest. But it's not just the trail itself that makes this spot so perfect. It's the surrounding environment that amplifies its significance. Beneath the thick layers of leaves and vines, a hidden world flourishes. The forest may seem quiet at first glance, but beneath its canopy, a complex ecosystem thrives. One of the most prominent elements in this ecosystem is kudzu.
You see that old trail over there? How all grown over that is? If you look down into this valley, there's a plant called kudzu.
A vine that has become notorious for its rapid, unchecked growth. Once introduced from Japan in the late 1800s, kudzu has since dominated the southeastern United States, creeping up trees, covering the ground, and enveloping everything in its path. Its vines stretch out across the forest floor, thick and sprawling, creating a dense undergrowth that is nearly impossible to navigate through without effort. While kudzu is often seen as a nuisance by humans due to its aggressive growth, it plays a crucial role in the forest's ecosystem. Beneath the tangled vines, a world of activity exists. Deer, elk, and smaller creatures use these dense patches as cover, moving through them unseen and undisturbed. For them, the kudzu is a shield, a place to rest, to forage, and to travel without the risk of being spotted by predators. For a creature like Bigfoot, the kudzu provides the perfect environment for concealment. It's a place where the creature could easily slip through unnoticed, blending into the surrounding vegetation, using the thick vines as both cover and camouflage. In this way, the research team has positioned themselves in the perfect spot. The perfect location, combined with the advanced technology of thermal cameras, sets the stage for the search. The team is ready to scan the area for any heat signatures, to track the movements of any animals or potential creatures that might be living in the shadows, hidden by the forest's natural cover. What they don't realize yet is that they are standing on the edge of a breakthrough, a moment where the mysteries of the forest could finally reveal themselves. But until then, all they can do is wait, watching the forest below from their perfect vantage point, hoping to catch the slightest hint of movement in the wilderness. The search begins, thermal cameras in action. The plan is straightforward, yet brilliant. Equipped with the latest in thermal imaging technology, the team's mission is to scan the vast expanse of the forest in search of anything that stands out, anything that gives off heat, disrupting the otherwise uniform temperature of the wilderness.
So my idea, anything that puts off a heat trace against this background temperature will show up on my thermals.
Thermal cameras, highly sensitive to even the smallest differences in temperature, are perfect for this task. They have the power to detect the faintest heat signature, enabling the team to spot animals, people, or potentially the elusive creature they've been tracking, Bigfoot. These thermal cameras are not just ordinary devices, they are sophisticated tools designed to peer into the hidden world of the forest, revealing what the naked eye cannot see. The forest hides much of its inhabitants from view, but through the lens of these cameras, even the slightest change in heat becomes visible. A warm body moving through the cold forest becomes a glaring signal on the thermal screen, standing out against the cool, static background of the forest. As the team begins their search, the thick canopy overhead seems to be holding its breath. The surrounding woods are quiet. The distant sounds of wildlife are faint, barely audible. The forest, usually bustling with activity, seems unusually calm, as though something is watching, waiting. Every rustle of the leaves, every movement in the underbrush feels amplified as the team carefully scans their surroundings, hoping to catch a glimpse of something out of place. The thermal cameras hum softly in the background as the team shifts through the area, methodically searching for any anomaly. Time stretches on, slow and heavy, as they watch the screen, eyes locked on the shifting heat patterns. But nothing out of the ordinary appears, just the usual warmth of animals moving through the forest, the flicker of life that comes with the territory. Yet, the team knows that at any moment, something could appear, something that isn't quite right, something that doesn't belong. It's a tense wait. The team remains on edge, knowing that the search could yield results at any time. Their strategy is simple: stay patient, stay quiet, and wait. They understand that Bigfoot is no ordinary creature. It's elusive, careful, and intelligent, likely aware of its surroundings and the dangers of being spotted. The team's job is to remain unnoticed, to blend into the environment, and to wait for that crucial moment when a heat signature appears. This is no quick hunt. The hours drag on, the quiet forest pressing down on them, but the researchers know their chances of success depend on their persistence. Every small shift in the landscape, every change in the temperature around them, could be the clue they've been waiting for. A new lead, crossing the road. As the team continues their search, the silence of the forest is suddenly broken by the arrival of a new lead, one that promises to take them one step closer to uncovering the elusive creature they've been tracking. This lead comes from a local man, someone who has spent much of his life in these woods and knows the land, the wildlife, and the many stories that swirl around Bigfoot sightings. He's not just another curious bystander. He's a person who understands the rhythm of the forest, and his words carry weight.
You say you know of a place where Bigfoot is known to cross the road?
Yes.
The information he provides is unlike anything the team has encountered before. He directs them to a specific stretch of road, one that has become infamous in local lore for frequent Bigfoot crossings. Over the years, numerous locals have reported seeing large, strange figures darting across this stretch of road. Figures that seem to appear from nowhere, crossing the highway in a flash before disappearing back into the dense woods just as quickly as they came. These sightings aren't isolated events. They've become almost a pattern, a repetitive occurrence that the team can no longer dismiss as mere coincidence. The stories are fascinating. Over time, the team has heard whispers about Bigfoot sightings along remote roads like this one, but they've never had a concrete lead, until now. These encounters typically happen in the blink of an eye, often when someone is driving along a quiet, isolated stretch of road. A sudden flash of movement, a large figure crossing the road, and then, just as quickly, it vanishes into the darkness of the forest. The creature's swift and efficient movements leave little time for anyone to process what they've seen, and by the time the observer tries to process the moment, the creature is already gone, lost in the shadows of the wilderness. This pattern is hard to ignore. The team begins to piece together a theory. Perhaps Bigfoot is using the roads as natural pathways between two parts of its territory. The roads, often quiet and isolated, offer a route where the creature can move swiftly and undetected by most. There are no busy highways or bustling urban areas here, just long stretches of road surrounded by thick forests, where a large creature like Bigfoot could travel unseen, crossing from one forested area to another without drawing the attention of anyone. The cover of darkness provides the perfect opportunity for such an elusive being to travel nigh across the land without the threat of human discovery. The new lead adds an unexpected layer to the search, rekindling the team's hope. This stretch of road, the local man explains, falls squarely within the team's target zone, the area they've identified as a hotspot for Bigfoot activity. With this new direction in mind, the team begins to see the pieces of the puzzle falling into place. Not only do they have a specific location to investigate, but they also have a compelling reason to believe that this road might be where Bigfoot, the very creature they've been chasing, will finally reveal itself.
Thermal gives a really good hot heat trace, and you're able to find it right away.
The convergence of a known Bigfoot crossing path and the team's high-tech thermal cameras makes this the perfect opportunity to capture something extraordinary. The anticipation begins to build. The team's energy shifts from the quiet persistence of their previous efforts to an excited readiness for what's to come. This new lead gives them focus, and the possibility of encountering Bigfoot feels more tangible now than ever. They are no longer chasing rumors or hearsay. They have a specific location, a hotspot, where others have already witnessed the creature crossing the road. The time for speculation is over. The team feels the surge of hope and determination as they prepare to take action. As they make their way toward the road, the landscape around them shifts. The dense forest begins to open up into a quiet, secluded stretch of road. The area is eerily still, with only the sounds of the night to break the silence. The headlights of their vehicle cut through the darkness, illuminating the road ahead, and the weight of the moment begins to sink in. This is it, the place where so many before them have claimed to see Bigfoot.
And Duncan has pointed us to a Bigfoot hotspot well within our target zone. That just tells me that our algorithm works, and we have a great chance for spotting Bigfoot.
The team knows that this is the location they've been waiting for. They set up their equipment with practiced precision. The thermal cameras are positioned to capture any movement across the road, scanning the surrounding woodline for any signs of life. The forest is dense around them, but the road offers a clear line of sight, the perfect vantage point for spotting a creature like Bigfoot as it crosses from one side to the other. There is nowhere for it to hide, and the team knows that if the creature is out there, they will catch a glimpse of it through their high-tech thermal lenses. The moment of truth is drawing near. As the team settles in, the quiet of the night presses in, and the minutes seem to stretch on forever. The anticipation is palpable. Every sound feels amplified. Every flicker of movement in the trees seems significant. The team scans the horizon, their eyes fixed on the thermal screen, waiting for that one fleeting moment when a heat signature will appear, when the warmth of a creature, large and out of place, will light up the screen. With every passing second, the hope of capturing Bigfoot grows stronger. They know that this could be the breakthrough they've been waiting for, the proof they need to confirm that the creature they've been chasing is real. Will this lead bring them closer to the truth? Or will it be yet another dead end in their long search for Bigfoot? The uncertainty is part of the thrill, part of the hunt. But with their thermal cameras ready and their focus sharper than ever, the team is more prepared than they've ever been to uncover the truth hidden in the dark corners of the forest. A glimpse through the thermal camera. The night in the dense forest is thick with the anticipation of what might emerge from the shadows. As the team continues their search, the thermal camera comes to life, flickering and humming softly as it sweeps across the darkened landscape. The screen glows brightly in the otherwise pitch-black environment, displaying a patchwork of heat signatures, each one representing the warm bodies of animals moving through the forest. The usual suspects appear first: elk grazing lazily in the distance, deer cautiously moving through the underbrush, and smaller creatures darting around in search of food or shelter. These animals are easily visible, their heat signatures clearly distinct, but there's nothing out of the ordinary, until suddenly the screen shifts. Without warning, something much larger appears on the thermal display. A figure materializes in the distance, standing out against the cool background of the forest, like a beacon. The size of the figure is immediately apparent. It's far bigger than any of the creatures the team has seen before.
Good details where it's all at.
Is it a bear?
No, it's not a bear. It's not even moving like a bear. It looks like it's trying to close in on them.
As the image sharpens, it becomes clear that the creature is unlike anything they have encountered in their years of research. It's upright, bipedal, moving in a deliberate, calculated manner, completely unlike the movements of a bear, deer, or any other known creature that typically inhabits the area. This figure's movements are slow, purposeful, and with an air of intent, as if it's navigating the forest with a specific goal. The way it stalks through the underbrush suggests something more than mere curiosity. The creature is not just passing through, it's actively engaging with its surroundings, as though it's aware of its position in relation to the other animals in the area. The way it moves, calculated with deliberate steps, reminds the team of a predator, sizing up its environment and its potential prey. As the figure comes into view on the screen, the team falls into stunned silence. This is the moment they've been waiting for, yet no one speaks. All eyes are fixed on the thermal display as the creature inches closer to a group of elk grazing in the distance. The heat signature grows stronger, indicating the creature's proximity to its potential prey. The elk seem to sense the presence of something unusual. Their behavior shifts. They become more alert, their movements more cautious, their heads turning as if to check the surroundings, their instincts heightened by an invisible threat. But just as quickly as it appeared, the figure vanishes. The creature slips silently back into the thick, dense vegetation, disappearing from sight with uncanny speed. The elk, now fully aware of the presence of something strange in their midst, scatter, their peaceful grazing disrupted by the silent, unseen predator. In an instant, the forest returns to its usual quiet, but the team is left frozen in place, still trying to process what they just saw. For a fleeting moment, they had seen something extraordinary, a heat signature that defied explanation. The figure didn't move like any known animal. It didn't fit any pattern the team could identify. It was larger, its movements more deliberate, and its presence felt significant. But as quickly as it had appeared, it was gone, leaving only a faint trace of heat in the air. Was it Bigfoot? The team can't be sure. They've seen creatures in the forest before, but nothing like this. The heat signature was real, but the creature's swift disappearance raises more questions than answers. The elk, clearly disturbed by the presence of the figure, reacted in a way that suggested they knew they were being watched. Yet the creature had vanished without a trace, swallowed by the thick brush of the forest. It's a moment that leaves the team on edge, and the mystery deepens. Whatever they saw, it wasn't like anything they've encountered in the forest before. The figure's deliberate movements, the way it stalked its prey, the eerie stillness that followed, it all feels out of place. The forest is alive with creatures, but this was different. The roadside sighting, thermal footage, and unanswered questions. The search continues. The team moves on, heading toward a new location, the stretch of road that has become known for its frequent Bigfoot sightings. The area is quiet, isolated, far from the hustle and bustle of populated areas. Here, the forest looms heavy on both sides of the road, a dark and seemingly endless stretch of wilderness. With the thermal camera once again in hand, the team scans the woodline, looking for any heat signatures that might signal the presence of the creature they've been pursuing for so long. As they drive along the road, the camera flickers to life once again. On the screen, a heat signature appears, but this time it's much closer, only about 200 yards away. The figure is faint, a shadow at first, barely noticeable as it shifts across the screen. It's another fleeting moment, a brief flash of movement that appears and disappears so quickly, it's almost as if the creature is toying with them, staying just out of reach. The team reacts immediately, adjusting their position, hoping to catch another glimpse of whatever it is that has appeared in the darkness. The adrenaline begins to surge. This could be it. This could be the moment when they finally capture something extraordinary. With the spotlight shining into the night, the team positions their vehicle, hoping that the light will draw the creature back into view. The seconds tick by slowly as they wait, the silence of the road stretching on, broken only by the hum of the engine. But again, just as quickly as it had appeared, the creature vanishes. It disappears into the woods, leaving only the faintest trace of its heat signature behind. The team is left stunned, unsure of what they just saw. There's no clear explanation for the shadow they caught on the thermal camera. It could have been another animal, or it could have been something far more elusive. This second sighting is just as puzzling as the first. The team knows that the forest is full of life, elk, deer, and countless other creatures. But this figure moves differently. There's a fluidity to its movement, a certain grace that doesn't fit the usual patterns of forest creatures. The heat signature is undeniable, but the creature's rapid disappearance leaves the team with more questions than answers.
What we saw in that thermal could have been anything. As we know, this forest is teeming with life, but I don't know of any animal that moves quite like that did.
The creature may be hiding, playing a game of hide-and-seek with the team, appearing just long enough to get their hopes up before vanishing into the darkness once again. The night stretches on, and as the team continues their search, the memory of the thermal footage lingers. What did they see? Was it Bigfoot? Or was it something else, something they've yet to understand? The journey continues, the search for Bigfoot. The team knows that this isn't the end. It's only the beginning of a long and difficult journey into the heart of the Bigfoot mystery. The thermal footage captured during the night offers only a glimpse of what might be out there, lurking just beyond the reach of human eyes. But one thing is certain, the search is far from over. As the team reflects on what they've seen, they are more determined than ever to uncover the truth. The world may never know for sure whether Bigfoot exists, but as long as the mystery endures, there will always be those willing to search, to explore, and to follow the heat signatures through the shadows of the forest. The legend of Bigfoot lives on, and so does the hunt. The forest is waiting, its secrets hidden beneath the thick layers of trees and kudzu, ready to be uncovered by those brave enough to look. Will they find the truth? Only time will tell. But for now, the mystery remains, and the search continues.